Hi, Rob here. I got a realization I want to share with you guys. There's this thing commonly taught in many professing churches of the New Testament that we have free will. And if you look in the Holy Scriptures, where would you find free will? See if there's any verses. I haven't seen any. And what's interesting, I was watching a street preacher on a YouTube video just now, and he said that God gives you the ability to choose what you want. Free will. So, here's the thing. Paul said, if you read Paul's epistles, it says, I do that which I do not want. What I want to do, I do not have the power to do. At times. He's referring at times, So, our will is actually limited by our ability to overcome the influences that are around us. For instance, before I was converted and born again, cleansed from my sin that I had, those particular sins I was cleansed from, those I couldn't stop doing them. I couldn't go a day without smoking another cigarette. I couldn't resist the devil. I had no power to do that. So I really didn't have free will, okay? And then when God did remove that sin from me, I really don't, I don't have the desire for that. I have free will. I could choose to go back to it in that sense, but I know better, you know what I mean? But free will, you know what hit me was, there's the Satanist doctrine that says, do what you will, do what thou wilt, or do what you want. So the Satanists teach free will, that you do what you want, that you have a free will. You know what? The Bible does not teach free will. So you have these churches in the mainstream teaching that you have a free will, you do what you want, that you can do what you want. And it goes against what the Holy Scriptures teach. I like to look at what happened with Eve. Okay, in the garden, Adam and Eve were, before they even encountered the devil, everything was fine. They were not sinning at all. And Eve did not sin until the devil came, okay, and influenced her. So she did not choose to have the devil come and influence her. The devil came upon her, and she did not understand what the devil was doing. It was beyond her ability to make she was not free to make a choice because she did not understand the situation. Does that make sense? That's why we have to have a Savior to save us from that. If we have free will, we don't need a Savior because we can choose what we want and choose the right thing. And we would know the right thing, and we would willingly go against it. But we wouldn't. I mean, if you know what's right, you don't go against it. You know what I mean? If you know that this is better than that, you'd go with what's better, obviously. So, you see how this all adds up? And, they got these... There's so many disgusting deceptions in the churches, in the mainstream. And, of course, I like to call them the whore churches because most of them are incorporated under a government headship. But that's not all there is. There's I knew a church that was not incorporated and they went astray into false doctrines that contradicted the New Testament. So it's not just that. But you see, it's like we can't let the devil's teaching get into the church. Do what thou wilt. That's